You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
I was out and about in the week, and I was down in Leysdown at the St Clement's Primary School, and I was down there during a workshop regarding the Leysdown Rose Tinted Lighting Project, and Rob Olins was running that project, and of course we've caught up with Rob a couple of times, and Rob is the recently appointed artist for Leysdown Rose Tinted Project Light and Flight. It's a seaside lighting scheme for Leysdown on Sea, and I caught up with Rob at the end of the workshop to see how things have been going.
Yes, you can probably hear a few things. It was just clearing up after working with the 6 years in St Clement's, and they've been, I know them because I did a little bit of work with them before, and today I asked them to do an awful lot of things. They're very, very busy, because what we've got so far is we've got a light fitting, which I made up, and we've got some of their ideas, and some of the ideas that was the feedback from the Leysdown Festival, and we put it all together. And now what I've asked the children to do was to arrange all the make some patterns. We also had Rolf here for a few minutes talking about how the birds fly around, and so we were trying to arrange the lights in such a way that you get a pattern similar to some birds' flights. Well, we've managed to get a few because I've asked them to do quite a lot of work, and it's quite hard. But there's some rather nice bright colours and patterns which we've created on great big bits of paper, and hopefully we can get them out and show people sometime.
And is the next stage that they will go on to inspire the final design?
Yes, that's right, yeah. What I'm doing is I've taken some photos. I'm going to show them to, I've got a few meetings with some people, and we'll discuss it all. Show them to the council, show them to the parish council, and put them up in the notice board. And I'll hopefully get a few comments. But there's some quite interesting ideas and patterns that have occurred, and they will, as they say, inform the final design. And yes, that's what I'll be doing. But also what I've been doing some more, not quite such fun, is talking about the strength of the existing columns which are there, and whether or not we can use those, or maybe we can get some new ones. And then we've got to make sure that the lights I'm actually designing up are good and reliable. They've got to be waterproof and everything, because you can imagine the climate.
I was going to say, you're right on the seafront, so the salt and wind in the winter is going to be quite a harsh old environment.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where you just have to get it completely right. You can't have a leaky. It's not like you're working inside or anything. It's a very unprotected environment. But of course today it's a lovely sunny day, and you wouldn't think it, but I've been out there in a few days and it's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
So everything's got to be designed very, very well. So there's two sides to this. There's a design side, which is what I've been doing with the children today, working on the last bit of the design. And then there's the technical stuff as well, which I'm working with. And I've kind of almost got the two together, two worked out. In fact, I've got some guys who've been working on the Olympic site design, helping me make the lights up. So it looked like the Olympics went okay, so hopefully I'll be all right too.
Well, it certainly sounds things are going well.
Yes. Well, it's a really interesting project, actually. It's very unusual. Everybody's very interested when they hear about it.
Rob, thank you very much, as always, for updating us.
That's not at all. It's good fun.
So when I arrived at St Clement's Primary School to do an interview with Rob, the workshop was still going on, and Rob suggested it may well be worth speaking to some of the kids to see how they felt the workshop was going and what it was like to be involved in it. So what I've done is I went round and did a lot of recordings with the kids. I've tried to edit out bits that cover what the kids were doing, and this is what they had to say when I spoke to them during their workshop. Now, you're all here at the St Clement's Primary School at the moment, and what I want you to do is tell me a little bit about what you're doing. And I understand you're in a group, and that group's got its own name. So what's that?
Owls.
Okay. So could you tell us a little bit about what you're doing today?
We're making a pattern of, say, how a bird would fly.
Now, I understand you've just been watching a video. Is that right? Has that helped to inspire you?
Yeah.
There you go. In what way?
So we know sort of how a bird flies in different ways.
So if you could just explain to me what you just said while we weren't recording, that'd be really, really great.
Well, we're making shapes of birds when they fly, when they arch their wings, and it
we've got to colour them in and glue them down and to decorate them, to make Leysdown look a little bit more fun for our school and our nature. Today we've been making shapes to go on our big sheet of paper, so it will go on a lamppost.
Now, I understand you watched a video. Has that helped to inspire you to do this today?
Yeah, we watched a video about all different kinds of birds, how they glide and fly.
And that's all to help with the lighting project, I understand?
Yeah.
So after I'd spoke to the children at St Clement's Primary School and Rob Hollins, I thought it'd be quite nice to catch up with the children's teacher, Teresa Kincaid, and this is what she had to say when I spoke to her. I was just wondering, what is it like to sort of work with an artist coming in from the outside on a project that's happening locally in the area of the school?
Yeah, it's fantastic. The kids really do engage with Rob. And it's a real life project for them because they will see the end product, they'll see it up on the seafront, so it means more to them than just coming up with some ideas.
Now, all the kids were in different groups. I was wondering if you could explain to listeners a little bit more about that and how that's been working.
Yeah, they're mixed ability groups, so you've got some that are more able with different skills, but they will then bring out the best in the rest of the group. And they'll use those skills right across everything that we do.
So it's really to get them involved in their local community and inspire them to what can be done.
Yeah, I mean, they know what it's like here. They live here. They live within a stone's throw of the school. So it's good for them to be able to do something that's going to impact right where they live.
Thank you very much for that talk. And that was my little update on the Leysdown Rose Tinted Light and Flight project so far. I must say a big thanks to all the staff at the St Clement's Primary School in Leysdown for making me feel very welcome and giving me a chance to speak to some of the children working on the workshop with Rob Hollins. And of course, a big thanks to Rob for an update on the project so far as well.